What's up guys, James Buzzard from Buzz Labs, and today we are going to be going over the example file for InstaBot.py. We're going to go over my recommended settings and exactly how I personally get my bot set up to run. So go ahead and check out the description down low. I'm going to make sure and put in a link to my exact Example.py file. That way if you guys have any questions or just want to run the bot exactly how I do, you guys can quickly and easily download that from Google Drive and get your system up and running as fast as possible. Let's go ahead and jump straight over to the lab, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how I get this done. Jumping straight into the Example.py file, the very first thing you guys are going to change is your user and password. Now when you change your user and password, go ahead and keep the quotation marks in that area. Just edit out the user and password section and replace that with your user and password. Right below that is your likes per day. Now I have mine set at 2,000, however, the recommended highest setting that you want to do for likes per day is 1,000. So once you start creeping above 1,000 likes per day, if you have a small Instagram account, Instagram may flag your account and you could even get temporarily blocked for doing too many likes per day. So the way I did the math on that was I divided 2,000 by 24 hours. Once you do that, you get about 83 likes per hour. Now, at 83 likes per hour, I can easily run my bot for up to 12 hours, and I'll stay under the recommended 1,000 likes per hour. So that's kind of how I did the math on that. Definitely keep that in mind when you guys are kind of timing out and doing the math on how long you want to run your bot every day and how many likes you want to do per day and the rate at which you want to do the likes every day. So kind of remember that, just divide how many likes you want to do per day. If you want to be at 800, maybe divide 1,600 likes per day divided by 24, and that would come out to about 800 likes in 12 hours if you wanted to run your bot for about 12 hours. So keep that in mind. Moving right on, we have our comments per day. Now once we get to our comments per day, this is something you want to be really careful about. I keep mine at 0 because I do not want to be the cold caller of Instagram. When you have comments turned on your bot, it's basically an automated reply to somebody's post. Now you don't even know what that post could be. It could be something completely inappropriate to your business. It could be something that you don't want to comment on, or it could be just a dumb reply to a post in general. So I keep mine at 0. I would recommend you do the same unless you guys have a beautiful comment reply that you guys think is going to be appropriate for every single situation. Leave that comment down below because we all need an answer to that. If you guys have the perfect answer to that, which I don't know if anybody does, but drop that down below because I would love to hear that. But anyways, moving on to the tag list. You can put as many tags in there. Just remember to keep the commas and all the punctuation the exact same as in the example, and you guys will be fine. So just keep everything inside those brackets, and you can add as many hashtags as you want in that section. Next up, you got your tag blacklist. Now your tag blacklist, I have not safe for work, hot girls, sex, all the common stuff that you guys would want to put in that section. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Anything you guys want to put in that section, you guys can put in that section, but anything that you think would be inappropriate for your page, definitely put down in the tag blacklist section. Moving on from the tag blacklist section is your maximum likes per tag. So for me personally, if you had 10 tags in there and you're trying to do 1,000 likes per day and you wanted to evenly like all of those tags every single day, then you would divide your 1,000 likes per day by your 10 hashtags, and you would come out to 100 likes per day for each hashtag. So I think that math is pretty self-explanatory, but that's how I do it. Otherwise, if you don't care and you're like, yeah, do 150 for whatever hashtags you can find, then it'll do that. You can put 150 in there, there's no problems with that. Just remember that it may not get to every single hashtag that you have in your tag list. The next couple lines are for your follows. Now, I try to keep my follows pretty reasonable. I do 300 follows per day, which kind of, now thinking about it, may be a little bit too high, but I've been having some good success with it. At the end, when I flash some brief B-roll, you guys will kind of see my progression. 300 follows per day for me. You guys can set this at whatever you want, but just remember, the more follows you do, the more higher that follow count is going to get. And if you're not using something to unfollow people, then your numbers could get pretty high really quick. So just keep an eye on how many people you're following. Next line, from my experience, I believe what it's doing is following every 60 seconds. So every 60 seconds, I have mine set to follow 2 people. So every 60 seconds is going to follow 2 people until it reaches 300 follows per day. So that's a pretty good number. I think I'm getting pretty good success with it, and I'm getting a lot of follow backs, but my number for my follow count is getting quite high, so I will be doing some adjustments with that number. I'm still kind of playing around with it myself, so let me know what you guys are doing in the comment section below. Are you guys doing 1 to 60 or 2 to 60, or let me know what you guys are doing, because I think this is pretty interesting and I've been having pretty good success. Up next is the unfollow section. So every day I have mine set to unfollow 250 people. So instead of unfollowing all 300 people that I just followed, I'm doing 250, and hopefully every day I'm getting 50 people to follow me back. Now, that's not the numbers I'm getting, but that's kind of my goal. Moving on from that, we have our unfollow break time. So every 15 minutes, it could be unfollowing somebody. Now, the maximum time right below that I have set to 30. I left these at the defaults. I'm just gonna let InstaBot.py do its thing, and we'll kind of leave it at that for now throughout this whole month that I'm gonna be testing this bot. Up next is the log mod and the proxy. Now, I went ahead and left these at the default. Following that is the comment list. The comment list, it's actually really simple. Each one of those bracket sections is a word for the sentence that it's going to comment. So if you guys did choose to use comments, just to read off a quick example, some of the comments that are set up by default in InstaBot.py are: this photo is great, the picture is wow, your photo looks so professional. So basically all it's doing is taking each one of those bracket sections and taking one word out of each one of those bracket sections and making a complete comment out of that bracket, out of those different parts of the bracket. If you guys are using automatic comments, leave what kind of comment you guys are leaving below. I would be really interested in what you guys are using, and maybe I'll end up testing it out in the last couple weeks of the final InstaBot.py test. Moving on from that is the unwanted username list. Now, this list is going to be all the people that you don't want to follow. So some of the stuff that I have in there are giveaway, free. You don't want to follow the advertising type of accounts, even though you yourself are probably advertising something if you're using a bot. But anyways, You usually don't want to follow these kind of accounts just because these are not consumers. You really only want to go for consumers or people that are interested in your product. Just remember that this is a section that you're going to use to take out anything that you wouldn't want to follow. So all the not safe for work stuff, anything that's not appropriate to your business, and any accounts that you don't think are going to be worth following for your specific page and what your page is going for. After that is going to be your unfollow whitelist. So your unfollow whitelist is actually the people that you want to make sure you stay following. Put all your friends, the people that you really don't want to unfollow. That's what the unfollow whitelist is for. The very next section is the mode section. This is one of the very crucial settings for your unfollow and your following. So me personally, I keep mine on mode 2. Mode 2 will make sure it does not unfollow anybody that currently follows me back. So if I'm following you and you follow me back, mode 2 will make sure that I do not unfollow you. So basically, this is going to keep it from you becoming a ghost follower to me, if that makes sense. So real quickly, guys, I'm going to try to go over my basic understanding of the 5 different modes, and you guys can go ahead and pick which mode is going to work best for you, and even feel free to change the mode for different days. If you're getting really high on the follow list and you just want to unfollow a bunch of people that day, and you want the system to regulate the times at which it's going to unfollow people so you don't get temporarily blocked for unfollowing people too fast or anything like that, this is mode 5 would be a great setting for that, but we'll go over those right now. Mode 0 is the original mode. Now this is just gonna randomly follow and unfollow people. It's not gonna have any designation for who it is unfollowing and who it is following. Now mode 1, guys, to be quite honest, I am really not sure what mode 1 does, so we're just gonna move straight on to mode 2. I wouldn't use mode 1 unless you guys know what mode 1 does. Leave it in the comment section below. Mode 2 is a mode that I use. It's not gonna unfollow anybody that currently follows you back. So you go ahead and use mode 2. That is my recommended setting for this Instagram bot, is mode 2. Mode 3 is going to follow people based on your current feed. These people are not engaging in your content in your feed, then it's going to go ahead and unfollow that person. This is more for if you're following them. Mode 4 is going to follow people based on the content in their recent feed. So if they have stuff that's related to the hashtags that you have in your tag list, it's going to go ahead and follow the people based on their recent feed. So based on the recent posts or recent content that they've put on their Instagram page. Mode 5 is literally just going to unfollow everybody, regardless of if they're following you or you're following them. It's going to automatically unfollow everybody all throughout the day, all throughout the time that that bot is running. So that's it, guys, for the Example.py file for InstaBot.py. I hope you guys got something out of that. If you guys are using this bot and you got everything up and running correctly, and you guys are now in the testing phase of kind of seeing how this works like I am, then definitely comment down below your guys' current settings. How many likes are you doing per day? And yeah, I'd love to know your guys' strategy, if you're using comments or not. So yeah, thanks for the feedback ahead of time. Thanks for checking out another Buzz Labs tutorial. Thanks for checking out another Buzz Labs tutorial. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that bell.